What's going on, everybody? This is ODC. It's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Spider-Man Rhino Build-A-Figure Wave. This is Kraven the Hunter. Kind of messed up. I know I usually show the packaging. I actually bumped my camera and it went flying, so thank God nothing's wrong with the camera. I checked it out, dusted it off, dusted its shoulders off, and I was like, come out, yeah, come out. Anyway, but he looks good. So I got him out of packaging, so I apologize for not showing the packaging, but yeah, I muffed it. I muffed it hard, so apologize, guys. But this is one of the real reasons why I picked this wave up, was because of him. You can tell, like, all the money went into this dude and the Build-A-Figure, all the money went into him, and I feel like it's really well deserved that he got his just due finally. Kraven, this figure, they knocked it out of the park. I love this figure. This is one of those figures, those rare figures that come along and they're just like, overall, it's just a great figure up and down. This is the potential that Marvel Legends has to be great, is figures like this. And I think they nailed it look-wise, they nailed it sculpt-wise, they nailed it accessory-wise, and you know, just I love this figure. This is a figure that I'm going to buy two of, and I very rarely buy two of characters I don't really care that much for, but this is a really good figure, a really nicely done figure, sculpt-wise, paint-wise. I'm telling you right off the bat, I've just had this guy in my hands for maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and I love it already. I think it looks really great. I don't have any loose joints. No, I don't see any bleeding through or at anywhere. There's some nice paint shading going on with the skulls on his knees. It just, this guy looks like a badass. He looks like a total frickin' badass. He really does. And I'm really not trying to like oversell this figure, but I think it's a really good figure. This is the type of figure that's worth 20 bucks. I think. He's even got nice shading going throughout the feathers on his spear here. The spear has some nice paint shading going on the spearhead right here. Even these like pearls or whatever you want to call that, some sort of beads going on here. It looks really good. I'm just really impressed. It's just a shame that we don't get this amount of detail with every figure. That's the thing. Just bringing in as a size comparison and as a comparison in general, here's the old Kraven the Hunter. Still a solid figure, I'd say, but I don't know. This just looks a little bit more menacing. I mean, bulk-wise, he's a little bit skinny in the leg right here. Maybe a lot of people like that. Maybe that's what they prefer. But he's basically on the Namor body, this Kraven. So, or actually, Namor might have been based off of the Kraven. So, I think he came out in Spider-Man Legends, if I believe so. And then he came out in the box set. So, that might be reversed. He might be, or Namor might be based off him. But anyway, I digress. Still a really cool figure. Let's actually see if we can get the machete in his hand here. Now, it's a little bit loose. I guess if you wanted to do that, you could. But, I don't know. I would leave it to the old Kraven figure. Like I said, it does come with this nice spear. And like I said, it is nicely detailed. And he also comes with the right leg of, almost said left, the right leg of Rhino. So let's just do our little checklist real quick. We are almost done. We have the torso piece, and we have the 2 legs. We have the right arm, and then we have both heads. So there's that. Sorry. Pee Wee Herman, couldn't help it. But if you wanted to actually take this vest off and his necklace here, you could. You just pop the head off and then pop the necklace off. and you can kind of work his vest off as well. You can actually take, I think you can take his, oh, maybe not. Maybe you can't take this piece off. I'm looking. I'm searching. But you can take this vest off. It is removable. It's pretty bulky, though. I do have to say, it's pretty bulky. But yeah, just soak it in. Looks really good. Really dig the head sculpt. Head sculpt looks good, in my opinion. There's some nice paint shading on the, I guess you'd call this the mane. This mane on his vest here. Looks really cool. Maybe I would have preferred a little bit of chest hair here, but with all the other sculpting going on everywhere else, I'll give it a pass. He is based on the Grim Reaper body, so he's a little bit larger, which I don't mind. As far as his articulation goes, his head does move a full 360 rotation. We do have some jive turkeys, a gobble, a gobble, a gobble, and he does have a head tilt. And then his arms go up. Oh, maybe not. Oh, hold on. Let me check this one. This one's a little bit better. His arms go up about that far, and I would say that that's probably my major gripe with this body, is that the arms really don't go up that far. They need to dig into that hinge a little bit more to get a little bit better range of motion in the arm, like so. I mean, we should be able to get our arms at least up to this point up here. But they can do a full 360 rotation on both sides. Come on. This one's a little bit tight. Bicep swivel. He does have a double jointed elbow. Does have a wrist swivel and a wrist hinge. He does have an ab crunch, which goes forward. Nice ratcheting effect. Sound there. Does go back. Waist swivel. He does have T-jointed hips, which go out about this far. Would appreciate a little bit better range of motion there as well. Legs go forward, and does have a full bicep or full thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. He does have a boot swivel, so there it is. He does have an ankle hinge, which goes forward and back nicely, and an ankle pivot. And he does have 2 peg holes at the bottom of his feet. So looks pretty cool. I definitely really digging this figure. If it's one, like I said, I feel like this is one of those figures there where they just really just nailed it. It almost comes off as an exclusive, better than some exclusives, to be honest with you. His bands are not sculpted on; they're just painted on. That's okay. His wrist wraps are actually sculpted onto the forearm and onto the hand, which is a really nice touch. This is a brand new belt right here, not reused or anything. I think it looks really good. The main vest, I guess I'll just call it the lion main vest, does have like a lighter beige paint shade going on, which is really makes the vest pop. And I know Hasbro, you know Hasbro, I'm really surprised that they even did this. They could have just done this all one color and just said fuck it, but they didn't do that. They actually painted in the eyes as well. They gave us a different shade of brown back here. So there's a lot of work that went into just his vest. There's some sculpting and paint going on with his necklace, which is nice. These skulls, man, they look phenomenal. I really like the paint shading going on there. Even some paint going around his leg here on the boot. There's some sculpting on the boot to give him that leg, that boot wrap. So I think it looks really good. And as far as a size comparison goes, like I said, he's on the Grim Reaper body, and I'll just bring in, there we go, outfitting Black Panther in there. So he's larger than Black Panther. So there you go. Let's bring in, there we go. She's on the Spider-Girl body, so he's much taller than her. And then we have Superior Spider-Man body buck. There you go with that. And then we have, we'll just bring in Misty Knight, and he is taller than Misty Knight. So there you go. Good size comparison there. I would say that this is the figure to get in the wave. Hands down. Hands friggin' down. This is the figure. When I saw the prototype photos for this, I was like, I have to get that figure. It was, if I were to get one figure and just buy one, it would be this guy. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you guys on the flip side.